Shakuni advised Duryodhana, "We can't accomplish our ambitions within this fort. Let's consider an idea outside." Following this suggestion, Duryodhana sent an invitation to the Pandavas to participate in a chariot race. All agreed. The chariots of the Pandavas and the Kauravas were lined up in a row. The bell rang, and all the chariots began to race. Except for Bhima's chariot, all the others rushed forward. Bhima's chariot moved slowly because the horses couldn't run fast under Bhima's immense weight. "Oh no, am I the last?" Bhima thought as he looked back. Just then, another chariot came up beside him. Do you know whose chariot it was? It was Duryodhana's. "Brother, why do you look so depressed?" "Cheer up, look how energetic I am," Duryodhana said, and added, "The reason for my energy is this special dessert made from the milk of Kamadhenu. It's incredibly delicious. When someone consumes it, they feel energized and enthusiastic. Why don't you have some?" He handed Bhima the bottle of dessert. Bhima drank it all in one gulp. Within 2 minutes, Bhima lost consciousness and fell off the moving chariot. At that moment, Shakuni and Duryodhana approached him and laughingly said, "Uncle, the poison worked faster than we expected." They bound Bhima tightly with ropes, dragged him along, and threw him into a nearby pond. The pond was full of poisonous snakes. Bhima lay there barely alive. In a few moments, the venom would surely kill him. In those waters, hundreds of snakes surrounded Bhima's body, biting him repeatedly as he writhed between life and death. Bhima's body was filled with the poison given by Duryodhana and the venom of the snakes. Just as he was about to die, Bhima, who had lost consciousness, suddenly opened his eyes. With a single movement, he tore the ropes that bound him. Looking at the hundreds of snakes surrounding him, he grabbed each one and tore them apart as if snapping threads, killing them all. Terrified, the remaining snakes crawled away from him in fear. As the snakes fled, Bhima swam through the water and noticed a doorway glowing with a brilliant light. He entered it and found himself in an extraordinary, beautiful place, the realm of the Nagas. The gate was a portal to Nagaloka. There, Bhima saw Vasuki, the king of the serpents. The moment Vasuki saw Bhima, he understood everything that had happened. Someone tried to kill you by poisoning you, but when these poisonous snakes bit you, their venom acted as an antidote to the poison in your body. Poison, as they say, is the remedy for poison, and that's precisely what happened. That's why you're still alive, Vasuki explained. "But who are you?" he asked. "I am Bhima, son of Pandu and Kunti," Bhima replied. Hearing this, Vasuki exclaimed, "Are you the son of Kunti? I am greatly indebted to Kunti. Through lineage, you are my grandson. Here, take this tonic and drink it. As nectar is to the gods, this is our nectar in Nagaloka. Drink it, and you will have the strength of 1,000 elephants." Vasuki handed the elixir to Bhima, who drank it, transforming his strength immeasurably. Friends, can you believe that reading an extraordinary story can make someone forget their problems and transform their life? Do you believe that simply telling such a story to your children can teach them the values they need for their future? What if I told you that every problem you face now or in the future could have a solution hidden in a story? Yes, it's possible. And that story is none other than the greatest epic ever told in the history of mankind, the Mahabharata. This story is 100 times more exciting than any blockbuster movie. It's a challenge. The complete Mahabharata, written in the style of Vikram Aditya's narration, is available in 2 volumes in both physical books and ebook formats. You can find it on Amazon and 43 other online stores, and it's available in 54 languages worldwide. Links are provided in the video description below. Order your copy now. Because it's not just a book, it's a library of wisdom for your life. Meanwhile, empowered with the strength of 1,000 elephants, Bhima had transformed into a being of immense power, almost like the Hulk. Vasuki bid Bhima farewell, saying, "Return now to your world," and sent him back. The chariot race was over, and Arjuna emerged victorious. Everyone celebrated his victory, but Arjuna noticed that Bhima was nowhere to be seen. Suspicious, Arjuna retraced the path by which they had come. On the way, he met Duryodhana. "Duryodhana, have you seen Bhima?" Arjuna asked. "No, I have not seen him since this morning," Duryodhana replied. But his stammering words and Shakuni's sly expressions made Arjuna suspicious. Realizing that they might have done something to Bhima, Arjuna hurried back to look for him. At one point, Arjuna found Bhima's chariot, but Bhima was nowhere to be seen. Determined, he continued his search. He paused abruptly and contemplated. Bhima might have suffered something terrible right here in this location. Why did Arjuna feel this? The marks left by the wheels of the chariot were deep because of Bhima's weight, but after a certain point, the depth of the marks diminished. This indicated that Bhima had dismounted from the chariot at that exact spot. Confirming his suspicion, Arjuna began to search the surrounding area. Soon he noticed drag marks on the ground, evidence that Bhima had been dragged toward a pond. Following these marks, Arjuna pieced together the story. Bhima had been attacked and thrown into the pond. Sitting by the pond, Arjuna was heartbroken, wondering whether Bhima was alive or dead. Just then, a figure emerged from the water. It was Bhima. Arjuna ran to him with joy and embraced him. Bhima told him all that had happened and said they should expose Duryodhana's deeds to everyone. But Arjuna had another idea. He said to Bhima, "Bhima, now that we know Duryodhana's true intentions, if he finds out that we know, he'll stop operating in secret and start attacking us directly. As long as he believes we are unaware, he will act cautiously and make fewer moves. It is to our advantage to keep this an open secret. Let's not reveal this to anyone." With this plan in mind, the two returned to the fort. As Duryodhana and Shakuni planned to eliminate the Pandavas one by one, Shakuni suggested that they begin with Bhima. Why? Because Bhima was the strongest among them, capable of withstanding anything. Shakuni knew that if anyone could survive even such a deadly poison and come out alive, it would be Bhima. That's why Bhima was their first target. Shakuni suggested killing Bhima, but his real purpose wasn't to eliminate him. At that time, there was no direct conflict between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Shakuni's plan was to create animosity between the two groups and turn them into enemies. Shakuni was always on the side of the Pandavas, but he manipulated Duryodhana into taking aggressive action against them. When Bhima announced to everyone in the fort that he had gained the strength of 1,000 elephants, they were all delighted, except for one person, Gandhari. She was deeply troubled. She knew that sooner or later a war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas was inevitable. Since Bhima now possessed such immense strength, he could kill the Kauravas with a single blow. Fearing this, Gandhari decided to make her son Duryodhana even stronger than Bhima. The time had come to train the Pandavas and Kauravas in the art of warfare. Bhishma summoned Dronacharya, who arrived at Hastinapura with his son Ashwathama. Bhishma introduced Dronacharya to all the Kauravas. Each of them paid their respects, but their greetings lacked any real reverence, fear, or devotion. They greeted him mechanically, saying Namaste, Acharya, or Namaste, Guruji, out of obligation. Dronacharya was displeased with their attitude and thought to himself, "Are these the students I'm supposed to train in the art of war?" His heart sank. Later, Bhishma introduced the Pandavas to Dronacharya. The Pandavas respectfully fell at his feet and sought his blessings. Seeing their humility and genuine respect, Dronacharya thought, this is how true disciples should be. Friends, the next episode will take the story to a whole new level. Don't miss it. Let's meet again next Saturday at the same time. In the meantime, order my Mahabharata book now. The links are in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button right now. Until then, take care. Bye.